Don't hit me.
Welcome to Mzansi Voices, where we uncover the stories shaping our streets, our safety, and our everyday lives. Stories that demand attention, accountability, and real change. Today's story is one that has shaken many people online and sparked serious conversation across South Africa. It is a story about fear, power, and how quickly a normal day can turn into a nightmare, especially for a young woman just trying to get home safely. This incident began as an ordinary Uber trip. No drama. No warning signs. Just a ride, like thousands of others that happen every single day. A young girl ordered an Uber, expecting a safe and simple journey. What followed instead was a frightening encounter that has now gone viral and left many asking tough questions about safety, trust, and responsibility in ride-hailing services. According to accounts shared on social media, the trouble started when the ride ended. The Uber driver suddenly accused the young girl of slamming his car door. He claimed she damaged his vehicle. But those who watched the video and read the thread say there was no clear proof of this claim. What should have been a calm discussion quickly became something much more serious. The driver allegedly became aggressive. His tone changed. His body language shifted. The situation escalated from words to intimidation. The young girl, clearly distressed, tried to explain herself. Instead of listening, the driver reportedly continued to threaten her, raising his voice and making her feel unsafe. For a young person, especially a young girl, moments like this can be terrifying. Imagine being alone, facing an older adult who is angry, louder, and physically stronger. Imagine feeling trapped, unsure of what he might do next. That fear is not small. It stays with you long after the moment ends. What made this situation even more disturbing is the power imbalance. The driver was in control of the vehicle. He was the adult. He was the service provider. The young girl was simply a passenger. Many people online have pointed out that even if there was an issue with the car door, there are proper ways to handle it. Threats and harassment should never be one of them. As the confrontation continued, the driver allegedly refused to calm down. Instead, he pressed the issue, insisting on blame and making the environment more hostile. At some point, the young girl began recording, a decision that may have helped protect her and bring the truth to light. In today's world, cameras have become a form of safety. They give victims a voice when words are ignored. They create evidence where denial might otherwise exist. And in this case, that recording helped spark national outrage. The video quickly spread across social media platforms. People watched in disbelief. Many felt anger. Others felt fear, imagining themselves or their daughters in the same situation. Parents began asking serious questions about whether Uber rides are truly safe for young people. Soon, prominent public figures were tagged in the posts. Leaders and officials were called upon to take notice. Names like city officials and known voices in public safety were mentioned, with users demanding answers and action. This moment became bigger than one driver and one passenger. It opened a wider conversation about how some service providers treat customers, especially young women, and what happens when authority is abused. And this is where we pause briefly, because stories like this matter. Welcome to Mzansi Voices, where we dig deep into real-life stories that affect real people. If you love this kind of content, honest, bold, and focused on truth, please like and subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. On this channel, we give a voice to the voiceless and shine light where silence has lasted too long. Now, let's continue. As the online reaction grew, many people shared similar experiences. Some spoke about Uber drivers shouting at them. Others described being blamed for things they did not do. A few even shared stories of being locked in cars, overcharged, or verbally abused. While not all drivers behave this way, incidents like this damage trust. Ride-hailing services are built on the promise of safety and convenience. When that promise is broken, it affects everyone. Uber, as a company, has rules and guidelines meant to protect both drivers and passengers. Drivers are expected to act professionally at all times. Passengers are also expected to treat vehicles with care. But when disputes happen, they are meant to be handled through the app, not through shouting, threats, or intimidation on the street. Many viewers asked a simple question. Why didn't the driver report the issue calmly through Uber support? Why did he choose confrontation instead? Experts in conflict resolution say that anger often comes from a sense of power or frustration. But no matter the reason, intimidating a young person is never acceptable. It crosses a line. Another concern raised was the safety of minors using ride-hailing services. While Uber has introduced features like trip sharing and emergency buttons, incidents like this show that more may need to be done. Parents are now being urged to talk to their children about what to do if a ride feels unsafe. Simple steps like sharing trip details, staying on the phone with someone trusted, and recording when necessary can make a difference. But responsibility should not fall only on passengers. Companies must ensure stricter screening, better training, and quicker responses to complaints. When a video like this goes viral, silence from the company only adds to public frustration. At the time of this report, many people are still waiting for clear action. Will the driver be investigated? Will Uber release a statement? Will there be consequences? For the young girl at the center of this story, the impact is personal. Moments of fear like this can leave emotional scars. Anxiety, loss of trust, and trauma are real outcomes. Support from family, friends, and the community becomes crucial. What is powerful, though, is how many people stood with her online. Thousands spoke up. Thousands said, "This is not okay." That collective voice matters. Social media has its flaws, but it also has strength. It can expose wrongdoing. It can force accountability. It can protect those who might otherwise be ignored. This story is also a reminder to drivers everywhere. Your job comes with responsibility. Passengers trust you with their safety. That trust must never be abused. It is a reminder to companies that policies on paper are not enough. Real-world behavior must match promised values. And it is a reminder to all of us to speak up when something feels wrong. Silence protects harm. Awareness challenges it. As this story continues to unfold, one thing is clear: people are watching. The public is no longer willing to excuse intimidation, especially against young and vulnerable individuals. At Mzansi Voices, we will continue to follow stories like this closely. We believe every voice matters, no matter how small it may seem. If you or someone you know has experienced harassment or intimidation during a ride, know that you are not alone. Speak out. Report it. Share your story safely. Change begins when truth is heard. Thank you for watching, for listening, and for caring. Stay safe, stay aware, and stay connected with Mzansi Voices, where the truth always finds its way to the light.